Hello and welcome to vlog number 1 of 2024. This will not be the first vlog or the first video of 2024. There will have already been 3 videos, I believe, prior to this one so far this year. But this is the first time that I am picking up the camera in 2024 to speak to you all. Although later today I do need to film something that you will have seen in the last vlog. It's complicated. We're not going to get into it. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, it'll kind of make sense. So yeah, it's 2024. It is currently 12:39. Oh, 12:40. It's 12:40 in the morning on New Year's Day. So I just decided to start the vlog now. I've made it till midnight, stayed up till midnight. I've just had a super cozy evening. You'll have seen bits of that in the previous video prior to this one. It's been a super lovely evening. It's just been a really cozy, quiet, very chilled out evening. A whole day has just been very relaxed. But I did want to start this vlog now, kind of start New Year's Day on New Year's early morning. I don't know, it was a weird idea I got that I'll just start the New Year's Day vlog literally 30 minutes into the new year, because why not? But I don't know, there's something magical about that like first hour of a new year. Like, I don't know, New Year's Day at 12 a.m. feels magical and special and like it's full of possibilities. New Year's Day at 9 a.m. feels like another day. Like the rest of New Year's Day just doesn't feel that exciting. It feels a little anticlimactic, I won't lie. So I'm gonna try to make it really cozy and festive and magical as much as I can later today once I've had a full night's sleep. Just gonna kind of take it really easy. It's weird that Christmas and New Year's are falling on a Monday. Little odd for it to be a Monday, but we're rolling with that as well. It definitely means there's like nothing I have to do on a Monday because it's New Year's Day. No one's doing anything on New Year's Day. So yeah, I've been enjoying tonight and I'm enjoying right now. I need to go to bed, but I'm not in a huge rush to go to bed because I'm still enjoying that magic of the first hour of New Year's Day. There is something about New Year's, you know, it's day one of a whole new year. It's like the clock has reset itself. And it's a leap year this year, so we get an extra day this year. Maybe that will make this year go by a little bit slower. I don't think so, but I hope so. That would be nice. 2023 just went by so fast. So I am hoping I can slow things down a little bit in 2024. I feel like 2023 was good in a lot of ways, and maybe that's why it felt like it went by so fast, because overall it was a really good year. I feel like some years in the past have gone by fast or felt like they went by fast, but it was because I was dealing with a lot. There were a lot of not so good things that happened, and there was a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, and that just seems to speed time up a bit. But last year, 2023, last year, I say that like it's been a year. It's been 45 minutes since last year. But yeah, 2023 just felt like it went by really fast, but also really, really good. You know, not the best, most amazing year ever, but certainly not the worst, and far more good things than bad things, it feels like. So yeah, overall, I'm not dreading 2024. I'm not super excited it's a new year. I have weird feelings about New Year's. Like, it's not my favorite holiday, mostly because it means Christmas is now pretty much over. We are still in the 12 days of Christmas. We're only about halfway through, maybe slightly more than halfway through, but it is, well, by the time you're watching this, Christmas is definitely done. But for me right now in this moment, I still have 6 more days of Christmas. But usually New Year's is like the sign that Christmas is pretty much over, and that always makes me sad. So yeah, New Year's isn't usually my favorite holiday, but this year, I don't know, I'm feeling more accepting and more open to it being a new year, and it's feeling more like a fresh start, and I'm ready for feeling like a fresh start. So yeah. But anyway, I keep getting distracted because I can see the moon out my window, and I know I will try to get a shot of it for you, Avi, because I know my friend Avi here loves when I include a moon shot in the vlogs. I film them for me. I share them even when they're blurry for all of you who really enjoy the moon as much as I do. But yeah, I can see the moon peeking through my blinds. So I'm going to turn off these lights so we can hopefully get a bit of a shot of the moon outside. It's probably just going to be a really blurry blob, but you'll know what it is because I'm telling you, it's the moon. But yeah, keep watching, because with the magic of editing, the next several hours that I'm asleep is going to go by in a blink, and it'll be the morning of New Year's. But yeah, I definitely need to go get some sleep now. As I'm definitely feeling loopy. I've only had a tiny bit of Prosecco, but I'm just tired. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the moon for a minute or two, and then I'm going to go get in bed. But with the magic of editing, the next several hours are going to pass by in a second, and it will be the next morning. But welcome to the first vlog of 2024. We will see what I get up to later today once I've had a full night's sleep. But it's feeling like it's a day full of possibilities. So that's something nice for me to fall asleep to. So that's what I'm going to hold on to while I go get in bed. And I will see you all in just a moment in the morning. Day afternoon. It's after 3 o'clock. So I'm actually gonna go for a hike in a little bit. It's very cloudy today, which I am just loving. It just feels very magical today. I won't lie. It really does. I'm loving it. It rained last New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I was looking back at the vlog, and it rained all day that day. So I don't know what it is about New Year's Day, but like, can we keep up this trend next year as well? Cloudy New Year's Day, rainy New Year's Day, just something other than sunny makes me so happy. But this is good. This means I can go for a hike because it's not raining. So I'm enjoying this. It's just been a really cozy day reading. I have been reading Hannah's Daughters, which I have picked up and tried to read a few times over the years. The book came out in 1994. It's pretty old at this point. I think I bought it back in like 2008 or something like that. I've had it for years. I bought it when a location of a used bookstore was they were closing down that location. And so they were just having like a store as closing sale, and I got like a whole basket full of books for like $10 or something ridiculous. So I bought it because it just looked like something I would like to read one day, and then it's just never been a priority to read. But the last few years it's been like on my in my TBR pile, and I just always get distracted by a newer book that's being talked about online. But I feel like I'm committed, and I just want to read it this year. And even if it takes me, you know, this whole like first week of the year, it's a little bit slower of a read, but that's also kind of the mood I'm in this week. I don't mind if this takes me a whole week or even part of next week to finish this book. Like normally I will read a book in like 2 days, but I did a lot of reading in November and a lot of reading last year. I read, we'll talk about this more in a future video, but I read 119 books last year. I'm setting that goal much lower this year. I think I'm only going to aim for around 80. I was thinking 60 because that would be 5 books a month, but I know I'm going to read more than 5 books a month on average. I think there'll be some months, like probably this month, where I only read 4 or 5 books. I've got a shorter list for this month, but there are some books that I want to read that are just a bit bigger and like longer and meatier, and I want to be able to like sink into these books, and I feel like Hannah's Daughters is one of them. But then there's some books I want to order online and have lined up to read. I just throughout December was finding some really interesting sounding books, but they weren't Christmas books. I'm like, okay, I think these are going to be my January reads. So yeah, I'm not rushing through this book, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And it's kind of how I'm feeling about New Year's in general. I'm not rushing into anything. I'm not rushing into planning. I'm not rushing into goal setting. I'm not rushing back to my writing projects. Like I feel like in the past I would have felt like you have 1 week left of winter break. You should spend this week writing or making a lot of YouTube content or something. And like in the past I would have been doing a bunch of different like New Year's related videos. And I A, don't have the energy, and B, don't have the desire. I just want to sit on the couch this week and read and watch TV and relax and go hiking. Like that's about the extent of what I really want to do, is just go hiking as far as like doing something. I really just want to relax and enjoy this last week of winter break and just enjoy the first week of the new year and not put any pressure on myself. There will be some like goals and intentions related videos coming up throughout this month. There will be reading goals and like looking back on what I read in 2023 and setting goals for 2024. I'm sure there will be a whole like writing planning and writing plan, project planning related video. Like all this content will be coming, but I'm not rushing it, because I still really just want to rest. Like, I feel like I've gotten a good amount of rest over the past week. And like, if the semester was starting this week, if the semester was starting today, and I had to go teach tomorrow, I could do that. Like, I feel like I have enough energy. I could technically do that. I don't want to do that. The motivation isn't there. And like, I know for your job, the motivation rarely is there. And we always want more time off. But like, I think I'll have an easier time of being ready for the new week, for the new semester a week from now than I have today. I do like, it's weird. I do like being busy. Part of me does like being busy. I think if I was living a life of leisure, I'd get bored of that eventually. I would have to find something to fill that time. So I love slow living, and I love approaching things from a slower and more intentional perspective. It's like I'm not rushing to get back to work, but I'm starting to feel like, okay, I'm not ready to start picking up all of my writing projects and YouTube and stuff right now. But I can feel that that's coming. And I think next week will be a good week to start really easing back into everything. And so the 2 gift related videos that I had filmed already and that are already edited and they're ready to go up this week, and then what I was filming this morning and what I'm filming right now will go up next week as I'm filming this. And so when I'm done vlogging today, I really can put the vlogging camera down until next Monday. So I can have Tuesday through Sunday off again. So it should all be good. So yeah, there's still lots of exciting content coming up. We're going to talk about books and reading. We're going to talk about writing and writing projects and publishing hopes and dreams for 2024. We're going to talk about general planning and what planner I'm using and all of that sort of stuff. All of that will be coming over the course of the next few vlogs, plus the semester starting, which I think will be really interesting and fun. And it's a very different schedule I've got this semester, so like that's another reason why I can't rush into planning, because it really takes me a couple weeks of the semester to kind of feel how my body is reacting to the schedule. So we'll see. It takes me time to settle into the new semester and see how that schedule is, and then I can figure out, okay, here's how my full-time job kind of spreads across the week. Where can I then put in writing time and editing time and things like that? I do think, and I will kind of say now, just in case anyone's wondering, throughout 2024, I think throughout the whole year, we're going to stick to the 2 videos a week. So 2 long, cozy vlogs, 40 to 45 minute vlogs on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then when I can manage it, there might be an occasional extra video on a Friday. And I think that might be more likely to happen or more frequently happen during summer break. But I will try to do some bonus videos throughout the spring semester. So yeah, long story short, I'm just enjoying a really quiet day at home. I've decided to spend New Year's Eve and New Year's Day here at my place, just kind of hibernate and be cozy and be on my own, and so far it's been working really well. I'm just enjoying it. It's been nice to not have to drive anywhere, to not go anywhere. I'm just enjoying a really cozy, magical, cloudy day, and I'm loving it. I'm not gonna sit here rambling any longer. I'm gonna go get changed and get cozied up in some hiking gear. So I'm not going to go hiking in my nice snuggly sweater, but I will put on one of my hoodies. So go out and enjoy a nice, cool, cloudy day, get some fresh air, and then come back and continue a cozy evening here at home. It's a quiet New Year's Day, but that's really exactly what I was hoping for. So probably doesn't make for the most exciting vlog, but it does make for a very restful and relaxing start to a whole new year. So that's what I'm focusing on. But yes, let me get changed and get my water and my shoes on and all of that stuff, and then we will go for a really lovely New Year's Day hike. That was lovely. And oh my gosh, I think it came out on the video. I think my microphone picked it up. But at the very, very end of the hike, just this pack of coyotes started howling and yipping and yelping at each other. I've heard that before, but I don't think I've ever heard it out here. When you come out here, even when you come out here frequently like I do, it's very easy to kind of forget that animals like coyotes are out here because you just don't see them very often. They are smart. They're smart animals, so they will stay away from where they know the humans are. So they tend to stay away from the trails. And where it sounded like the noise was coming from was kind of a space in between where a bunch of trails go around but don't cut through. So there must be a den there, or they're just hanging out there during the day until all of us humans leave, and then they can roam around a bit more. But I've never heard them going off like that here at this park. And it's been years since I've heard coyotes like that, just in general. So that was really cool. It's why I listen to music on my AirPods, but it's why I love the AirPod Pros, because they have the transparency mode. So, and it's not just an AirPod thing, an Apple thing. A lot of other brands do that with their earpod things. I like having the transparency or aware or environment mode, whatever the different brands call it, because it means I can hear stuff. And so I had my music on really low, but with the transparency mode, I was able to hear them, and it just kind of stopped me in my tracks. Because at first I thought, is that children like pretending to howl? But it just kept going. I'm like, no, that is definitely coyotes. So that was really cool. I feel like the desert is waking up, and that was something I noticed. I mean, the coyotes are out here all year long and they don't hibernate or anything, but the plant life is definitely waking up, which has been really interesting to see over the last several hikes. I've really been noticing it since that full day of rain that we got the week before Christmas. The hikes that I've come out here since, I'm just noticing that plants that have looked completely dead all autumn are starting to get some new growth. The ground of the desert floor is starting to get the like grassy, mossy green ground cover is starting to come back. And that's just going to keep going and expanding, and more signs of things. Trees are getting their little leaves back, and things are getting green again. And from now until March, it's just going to be every day and every hike just a little bit more. So that's exciting. That's really cool. Yeah, it was a lovely hike. I did just about 2 miles. I was at 1.99 when I got back to my car, so I did walk back and forth in the parking lot a little bit just to get to 2 miles even. So I got 2 miles today, which was really nice. But like, I kind of like I was talking about earlier, I think I'm just really easing into the new year. Like, part of me is getting a little bit antsy and like ready to get back to work. And part of it's because I feel like I've just been really emotional for this past week. Like, there's just been nothing to do, really. And so I just feel like I'm doing a lot of reading and doing a lot of relaxing and just giving my brain space to think and to feel. And so I'm noticing on these hikes, like, I'll just start feeling like I want to cry, and I don't even know why. It's just like emotion, probably stuff that I've been shoving down for the last several months, is finally having time and space to come up. And so I feel like I'm
crying over stuff and releasing things, but I don't even know what I'm releasing because it's just like residual energy that's been just sitting around in my body and in my brain for half a year at this point. Because I feel like the last time I really let myself relax was back at the beginning of May when I took 2 weeks off before starting summer break, which I'm realizing was a really good idea, and I need to do something like that again this year. But yeah, I don't know. There's just, I'm excited for the new year. I feel like earlier in this vlog, back earlier today at midnight, I think I said that I wasn't excited for the new year, but I wasn't dreading it either. I was just kind of accepting it's a new year and just kind of generally okay. Now, I don't know, I am feeling kind of excited. Like, I haven't really started doing any of my planning and dreaming and intention setting. I haven't done any of that. I'm really not thinking beyond this week yet. I'll start doing that throughout this week, but I'm really not thinking that far ahead right now. And so I think that's keeping me from feeling too excited because I don't yet know what to be excited about. But then I come out here and I see how the plants are starting to come alive again, and I hear the coyotes in the distance, and I see what is looking like it's going to be a fairly pretty sunset. I'm not going to stay out here for that because it's still another 20 something minutes away, but I don't know, out here, this is why I like going for a hike on New Year's Day, even if I don't have much energy, and even if I can't go for a 4-mile hike halfway up the mountain, I still like to get out here, because out here it just feels like the air is crackling with possibility, and it just feels like I'm getting emotional, and I don't know, again, I don't know why, it's just all this stuff is coming out of me. It just feels like this could be a really good year, and not in the way of it's gonna be the best year ever, or I'm gonna make all my dreams come true, not in a really like pressurizing way of like this year has to be a good year, but just last year was so good. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't spectacular, it wasn't fireworks on a daily basis, it wasn't endless days of boundless joy, but it was quiet, and it was simple, and it was magical, and it was cozy, and it was good. This is what I mean. Stuff is just coming out, and I don't know what, and I don't know why. I don't know if these are happy tears or not. Like, I feel happy in this moment, but I'm crying. I'm overwhelmed. But not overwhelmed in a bad way either. I don't know. It's hard to describe, it's hard to articulate, and I think that's why I haven't yet been able to really do a lot of planning and intention setting. I feel like in previous years, I've done the year compass early, and by January, I knew exactly what I wanted to do and what my intentions were going to be for the coming year, and I haven't been able to do that this year. I've been feeling a need to kind of continue to take things slow and just let things unfold. I'd love to know if you're also like, if you already have like all your resolutions, if you make resolutions or your goals or your plans, like if you already have stuff like set down in your planner, or if you're just kind of taking at least a week or a few weeks or this first month of the year to just see where life takes you. I feel like that's where I am this year. I'm just not in a rush. I'm starting to feel excited, but I'm not rushing anything this year. So yeah. Anyway, I do want to get home. I need to take a shower and get cleaned up and get warmed up. It's getting a little bit cool out on the trail as the sun is starting to go down and as it's getting a bit cloudier. I got really lucky. The trails that I was on, I only passed or got passed by a few people. It felt like I had the park mostly to myself, despite the fact that the parking lot was very full when I got here. Like, I always forget this because most days there aren't that many people. And I think it's probably starting tomorrow. I think a lot of people had today off because it's New Year's Day, but I feel like a lot of people are back to work tomorrow. A lot of schools are going back in session this week. So I think it will get quieter out on the trail later this week. But like on New Year's Day, everyone and their mother and their cousin and their dog feels like going for a hike, even when they don't hike any other time during the year. So I could tell it was very busy out here on the other trails, but thankfully the trails I was on were not that busy. So yeah, I'm gonna get going and get on with having a super cozy night, do a little bit more reading, find something to watch on TV, and just continue to not rush my way into 2024. Someone is still doing fireworks out there. I can hear it. I can hear the crackling of the little like firecrackers you set off at ground level. I can't remember what they're called. Like, enough with the fireworks at this point, please. Can we just be done? Anyway, I have just been having a very, very cozy evening here. It's about time for me to get in bed, although I will do some more reading once I get in bed. So I need to make sure that I bring my book into the other room with me. How far did I get? I got up to page 57. I'd made it up to page 24 on my previous attempt to read this book. So yeah, I will keep you all updated. This is one of those things where it's like, it's possible that I've now put off reading this book for so long that it just doesn't live up to the expectations that I feel like have unintentionally been set in my mind. Or it could end up being the perfect time to read it, and this story will resonate with me in a way that it probably wouldn't have 5 years ago. So who knows? We will see. But I'm looking forward to reading that throughout the rest of this week and just giving myself time to read. So I've continued thinking about stuff that I was talking about in the car earlier. Just easing into the new year and not rushing things. I've done a little bit of journaling for like 2024 and starting to work on the 2024 portions of the workbooks I'm currently using. So I was doing a little bit of work on one page of the year compass. I also have started a 2024 mood board on Pinterest. I've created a secret board, so it's not public. You guys won't be able to find it, but I might show it to you once it's done. We'll see. I'm adding a bunch of images and things into the Pinterest board, and then I will probably pick my favorite ones and like make an even more curated version that I can save as an actual image, collage image that I can put on my computer as my wallpaper on my external monitor. That's what I did with last year's mood board, vision board thing. So I was watching Morgan Long's video vlog that she put up yesterday on New Year's Eve, and she was creating a mood board, and she's the first person that I've seen use that particular term instead of vision board. Usually it's vision board. And I just like the idea of a mood board way better. I feel like essentially they're the same thing, and you can use mood board, vision board interchangeably. But I just feel like vision board as a phrase is such a loaded term these days. It just has so many other connotations attached to the whole idea of law of attraction and manifestation. And so I have started doing vision boards over the last couple of years, but I feel like I do them in a different way. I'm not making these collages of images of things that I want or goals I want to achieve. There's a little bit of that, because I think I did show you a little bit of my vision board from last year. So there's a little bit of that. Like the 2023 board had a picture of a couch because I wanted to buy a new couch this year, and it had a picture of the car I would like to buy one day. So there are some of those more like materialistic type things, because there's always something that I am slowly working towards. And I like to have a visual reminder there just to remind me, like, this is one of the things you are working towards. But the majority of my vision board for 2023 was just a general atmosphere, a general feeling I wanted to cultivate, and thoughts I wanted to have in my head. Things like, I think there was a quote, less mindless hustle, more mindful magic, I think was the quote. And so little things like that to just remind me of the kind of headspace I want to be in throughout the year. So I feel like the phrase mood board just works so much better, because it really is about creating a collage, a visual representation of the general mood I want to kind of have throughout the year. And it's not necessarily about the things or the goals. It's just about the day-to-day headspace, mind space, feeling that I want to have while I'm working, while I'm relaxing. It's about finding pictures that represent the words of the year that I have chosen, which I've chosen 3 words, and we'll talk about this more in an upcoming video. But my 3 words of the year, the main one is imperfect, and I'll explain why in a future vlog. I feel like I've chatted enough in this vlog, so I'm going to not going to go off on a ramble on that. But I think a lot of you can kind of guess why. Imperfect, I think, is going to be a really important word for me this year. And then the 2 words that are kind of working in the background. And these are words that are just, I feel like, words of my life at this point. They apply every year, and they were really important last year, but I want them to be as important, if not more important, this year. And those words are cozy and magical. So imperfect, cozy, and magical are my 3 words of the year. And so I'm just trying to find images for the mood board that also represent those 3 words in some way. So yeah, so I'm slowly working on my mood board, as well as just starting to set some goals and dreams and hopes for 2024. So continuing to slowly ease my way into this whole new year that just, I don't know, it's day 1. I'm just enjoying a very cozy and magical evening. The tree is not going to stay up for very much longer. I mean, I've still got several days before Epiphany, but I'm enjoying my tree while I can, and it's just making these evenings extra cozy and extra magical. And I've had my Nest holiday candle burning, and yeah, it's just been lovely. Kicking off the new year, definitely feeling like I've had a very cozy and magical day. And also an imperfect day where I'm not
pressuring myself to do anything or get anything done. I'm just letting myself be. And that's going to be a running theme throughout this whole year. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the first vlog of 2024, or the first vlog that I'm filming in 2024. It's not the first vlog you'll be seeing this year, but it is the first vlog I am filming this year. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I would really appreciate both of those things. I've got a whole fresh year of content. When I look back through this past year, like, there's just so much that I wasn't expecting and hadn't anticipated, and were just lovely little surprises. So we've got a whole year of more lovely little surprises waiting for us here on this channel. So I can't wait to share all of that with you. So definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would be amazing. In the comments, you can leave me the like star sparkle emoji as a like magic emoji to symbolize that, or as our question of the vlog. I would really love to know what's been your approach this year. Are you already planners locked in, goals set, resolutions made, starting the year off really strong and knowing exactly what you're going to do? Or are you still kind of easing into the year, or did you ease into the year a little bit? By the time you're watching this, we will be a good chunk of the way into the new year, but I'd like to know, are you someone who just charges straight in and you know exactly what you're going to do as of January 1st, or do you take a few days or a few weeks to figure out what your goals and dreams and intentions are for a new year? Are you usually one, but this year you're the other for some reason? I'd just like to know if I'm the only one who's just kind of feeling the need to just hit the brakes a little bit and just go slowly and cautiously optimistically, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not hesitating, I'm just not rushing, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'd like to know where your head is at as far as starting off the new year. So yeah, let's chat that in the comments. I will see you all down there in just a moment, I am sure. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this cozy evening and then go to sleep and get back to enjoying the rest of winter break and the rest of the week without vlogging or any of that kind of stuff. Just truly continuing, taking a bit of a break. But there will be a new vlog very soon for you all. You won't notice the break that I'm taking. So there will be a new vlog on Monday if you are watching this on the Wednesday. So yeah, I will see you all then, and thank you very much for watching today. Bye!